Hello, everyone, and welcome to Punch Daily Podcast. My name is Margaret Fulge. It is Nigerians Democracy Day, and we will be talking about why it is celebrated. Now, democracy is a form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation or to choose governing officials to do so. It is to guarantee freedom in all its ramifications, including from unwanted governmental deprivation of the right to live, greater peace and security, protection and preservation of human rights, and many more. But can we say that today Nigeria has been great in these attributes? No. So, is democracy really worth celebrating? Nigeria and democracy are like conjoined twins who go through intense pressure that could result in all forms of hurt. Let us take a look at how democracy came to be. Up until 2018, the date on which Nigeria commemorated the restoration of democracy was May 29th. But in that same year, President Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired, declared June 12 to be the new Democracy Day. It was on this date in 1993 that presidential elections were held for the first time since the 1983 military coup. It was an event many described as the freest, fairest, and most peaceful election ever held in Nigeria. On this day, millions of Nigerians, irrespective of ethnicity, religion, class, defied bad weather to elect their president with the hope of ending 8 years of military dictatorship. But the euphoric moment they all waited for was short-lived, as the results were never released. However, unofficial results gathered through various police stations by civil society groups across the country indicated large national support for the presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola. Abiola was a businessman, a publisher, a politician, and an aristocrat of the Yoruba Egba clan. He made his first unsuccessful run at the presidency in 1983. By then, Nigeria had endured a great deal of political disruption since its 1960 independence. It was a deeply divided nation as at the time, political and military power were held by the North. Then came Abiola, a man from the South, who brought a different perspective to the table and was able to connect with people across all divides. And so come June 12, 1993, he tried for the presidency again. But despite his popularity and his reach, the elections were delayed. The then military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, decided to annul the results of the election, justifying the annulment on the grounds that it was necessary to save the nation. Funny story is, I think that Babangida at the time under-recognized Abiola's fame because the crisis that followed was not something he expected would happen. The annulment of the election result didn't sit well with the southwestern part of the country, and this bettered civil violence which ran from 1993 to 1999 when Nigeria had its return to democratic rule. In his official reaction to the annulment, Abiola was quoted as saying, "I might embark on the program of civil disobedience in the country. If those who make the law disobey the law, why should I obey it? There is a limit to the authenticity one could expect from a military ruler who is obviously anxious to hang on to power." Abiola's statement threw the country into an unusual crisis, and before we knew it, the campaign for democracy set off mass protests. Although it was supposed to be a 5-day non-violent protest, reports have it that about 100 persons were killed in what suddenly turned violent. This prompted the civil society groups to demand that power be returned to Abiola. Now, under tremendous pressure, the Abubakar administration arranged for elections to be held, and this took place over a few months from late 1998 to February 1999. Finally, Abubakar's transition reached the climax with the declaration of General Olusegun Obasanjo, who had retired from the military as the president-elect in late February 1999 and was duly sworn in on 29th May 1999. Now, this explains the official public holiday on May 29th, with which Nigerians celebrate the country's return to civilian rule. As expected, people were wondering where Abiola was. Well, he was in jail. And why was he in jail? In 1994, he declared himself Nigeria's lawful president after returning from a trip to win the support of the international community for his mandate. After declaring himself president, he was accused of treason and arrested on the orders of the then military president, General Sani Abacha, who sent 200 police vehicles to bring him into custody. Abiola later died in suspicious circumstances on the day that he was due to be released on 7th of July 1998. Hence, June 12 has always been a day set aside to remember Abiola's stolen mandate. But my question is this: is democracy even worth celebrating? I mean, it is supposed to be a day that ideally as a nation should cause us to deeply reflect on the journey so far. A day to ask ourselves if we have indeed been able to uphold the fundamental doctrines of respect for the rule of law, free press, and respect for human rights. But what have we really? Because from where I'm standing, we're still in need of visionary leaders who can unite the diverse peoples of Nigeria in the days ahead. We still need leaders who can fight corruption, insecurity, poverty, unemployment, and so much more. So I ask again, is it even worth celebrating? I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is Margaret Foge. Many thanks for listening.